Hi everybody again. Well, this is my fifth video. I can hardly believe it. It's been such fun and I'm enjoying it so much. All day I'm thinking about what I'm going to say, and I've even started making little notes now. What I think I'll do to sort of give a bit of structure to these videos is I will always have three or four or five things I've learnt, things I want to show you, things I've discovered really, to sort of give it a bit of tightness, so it's not just wafting away. So I've got various things around me on the table. But first of all, I want to start off with a sort of, well, I can't say a failure, but I do want to record my failures too. I thought it was lovely. It was Martin who didn't like it, and that was this morning's green smoothie, which probably looks absolutely disgusting, especially as you see bits of it have stuck to the glass. So this is what I'm having for my supper tonight, because I didn't want it to go to waste. And I don't really know why he didn't like it. We had carrots in it and spinach and kale, and sweetened it with I didn't do banana today. I did something else sweet. Blueberries, that's right, blueberries. Lots of blueberries from the freezer, and then I discovered afterwards I had dates I could have done as well. So it was sweet enough, and of course the carrots gave it a lot of sweetness. I think the trouble was, if you don't really whiz it for a long time, it doesn't get completely smooth, and this could be why most people that I've been watching juice their carrots. Most people seem to have a juice in the morning, like carrots and apple and celery juice, and then a green smoothie a bit later. But of course we can't do a juicer in the van, at least we haven't got one at the moment. And also I had heard it's good to have all the fibre of the fruit, especially if you're trying to lose weight, so it fills you out a bit more rather than just the juice. So I thought, okay, I'll blend the carrot, but I think that was my mistake. He didn't like it very much. So poor old Martin didn't drink his smoothie today, and I couldn't really get cross and say you have to drink this. But maybe in future I'll say you have to have your smoothie before you can have your pudding, because I left him just now having the lovely nice cream that I made, which I must show you, and he was enjoying that very much. Looks remarkably like yesterday's nice cream, I know, but this time it was frozen banana blended with a whole mango, and we adore mangoes so much, we always want them fresh, and I never want to waste them by blending them, but today I thought I would. So a whole mango went into the mix, apart from this piece which was in my water bottle, a piece of mango this morning to flavour my water all day, which was lovely. And it was mango banana nice cream, absolutely gorgeous. We didn't miss not having had the mango raw. It was, I mean, on its own, it was just perfect. While I'm on the subject of mango, I just want to show you what Aldi does, which is actually, I think this one might be Tesco's. They do these massive tins of mango pulp, which again is only like £1, and it lasts for an awful long time. You can use it as an egg replacer or a sweetener in all sorts of things, or just pour it over something like nice cream or something sweet, or just on its own, or it's a really lovely thing to have. And unfortunately these tins are a bit silly, so I have to faff around with these silly old plastic bags so they don't fall everywhere. Luckily we haven't had a disaster in the fridge yet, which of course we might do once we're travelling. So what else have I got to show you? Well, that peanut butter fudge that I showed you the other day that we made, we have since covered it with raw cacao, and look at this. Absolutely cracking. Really nice. Peanut butter and chocolate is a match made in heaven. So add to that recipe which I gave you, roll it in raw cacao. Absolutely gorgeous. So what else? Oh yeah, while I'm on products, this was the ginger paste that I told you about. 86% pure ginger. I have a spoon of that every morning in my pick-me-up. Perfect. Now, Felicity had said, Felicity's her name, by the way, my nutritionist, she has said I could share her name, that one of the foods I should add to my diet, building up to weight loss, building up to more plant-based natural, was frozen dates. Because I said after dinner I always have that what can I have for my pudding sort of thing going on. And she said a frozen date will really satisfy your sweet tooth. And actually they're really pretty good. You get one frozen date. These have come fairly recently out the freezer. These are actually fairly small. I bought quite big ones before as well, but they're so chewy, and because they're frozen, they take quite a long time to eat, and their sweetness lingers. And although I wasn't a huge fan of the taste of date, Just the fact that it's chewy, it's a bit like a chewy toffee really, and you can have it in your mouth for like 5 minutes, and sometimes I have 2, and then if you just wait a few minutes you actually find that you don't crave anything else, which is fantastic. So I am really coming around to dates now, which is really nice. And then the other day I also said about nutritional yeast being the only cheese that was vegan, the cheesy type thing that was vegan that I like. That was a lie, because I've actually discovered this, which is like a really nice cream cheese, not cottage cheese, which I don't like, but it's okay, it's really okay. So mid-afternoon I sometimes, you know, want to have a little snack, and sometimes fruit just won't cut it, or vegetables. So I've been getting some of these chia and quinoa corn cakes, and these are really nice thin things, very crunchy. I think with all the fruit and veg as a vegan you often sort of crave crunch, and these are lovely and crunchy. So what I've been doing, is a real pig actually, is putting this pretend cream cheese on one, putting the one of the biscuits on, and doing it again, putting another biscuit on. So I actually have a sandwich of 3, which is just gorgeous, and that keeps me going right through till dinner time. And it's okay, isn't it? I mean, the ingredients of these are just corn and quinoa, so pretty good, and a little bit of salt. So let's get on to what we've been doing today. Now, when I made that green smoothie, we only have the little 16-ounce pots to blend on my NutriBullet, and making 2 for 2 people, you have to have more than that. They have brought out a new one with a 32-ounce jar that you blend, which I might get eventually when mine breaks. So you have to improvise, and when you're traveling in a van you improvise in all sorts of strange, you know, unexpected ways every day. So one of the things, for example, is finding a jar like that to just mix up your green smoothie in. Now this jar, I needed a jar when we were traveling. I was going past a sweet shop and I thought, oh, I wonder if they've got any jars. They don't want any more, and guess what they had? They had this Millions one. So I took it and shook my smoothie around, and it's just perfect. So that's just a funny example really of how you have to compromise. So after I'd made my green smoothie, the way I've started eating it, which was inspired by a YouTuber, is that's his glass and my glass, is putting it in a bowl and sprinkling on some muesli. In this case it was, well, I didn't bring it with me, it was lovely raw beetroot and ginger muesli. I don't really do very well with wheat for reasons you can probably imagine, and so just a little bit of muesli on top of like a bowl of, I know it looks like green sludge, but in a way I've come to love that colour now, because it's just so strong and so different to the sort of colour. I mean, look at that drink. How many times in your life have you ever drunk anything like that? It's all so different and lovely and new, and it tastes great. This one tastes of carrot and a little bit green, and it was fine, even though Martin didn't really like it, and I don't know why. So and then I'll put frozen berries on that as well. So I think one of the reasons he didn't like it is because we didn't have that many frozen berries, and so it didn't make it very cold, and carrots just came from the carrot rack, you know, the vegetable rack, and so it was lukewarm. The drink wasn't cold, which I think makes a big difference. So what else have I got to tell you today? This was another lazy thing that we've got. It's called Very Lazy Smoked Chopped Garlic. Now, we discovered smoked garlic in the market, in Norwich Market, a few weeks ago. Absolutely lovely aroma. We even considered having it on our mantelpiece just to fill the whole room, because it's just lovely. And this is all that in a jar, so that's really brilliant. Now, I had a couple of things I wanted to just say. When I was talking about the chutney the other day, I forgot all about the onions. Silly me. So of course you chop up your quinces, you throw in the onions and then the vinegar, boil it up, and you've got a lovely quince chutney, which I'm still so happy about. Watching back my videos, I've decided try not to say amazing or incredible anymore, because it gets really boring. So I'm going to try and, you know, I mean, I am an English graduate, so I should have other words at my command. And I was thinking about that introductory video I did, where I was saying how wonderful and amazing and incredible I was feeling. I don't think it's necessarily all to do with just dropping animal produce from my diet. I think honestly it's to do with 2 things: having a huge amount of water, Today I started to sort of drop a little bit in the afternoon. I suddenly realised I'd lost this water bottle. I'd put it down somewhere, and you know, so then I wasn't looking at it all the time and I wasn't drinking. You can't really see it or hold it without actually wanting a swig, and that's how it works with me. It also fits nicely into the little ring by the steering wheel when I'm driving, so it's perfect for me. So I think this afternoon, you know, I was beginning to feel a little bit lower because I hadn't had the water, and it just never occurs to you it could be that reason. And the other reason I think that I have been feeling so good, and I'm sure this is true, is that I'm having such little processed food. I know I've shown you some processed food here today, but generally, compared to what I used to have, which was constantly processed food, now I'm just having an awful lot of fruit, raw vegetables, salad, and then maybe rice or something with more vegetables on it. So generally, all the food's made from scratch. And like Felicity, my nutritionist, says, if a product's got more than 4 ingredients in it and it includes words that you can't pronounce, don't buy it. So I've started looking carefully at things, and things like this, which have just got corn and chia seeds and salt, you know, is great. Unfortunately, it does get a little bit expensive, these special products, so I won't be using those very much, but it's just handy until I'll probably find something that I can bake myself, which I really like. And yes, today I was rather amused because I was looking at some YouTube stuff and there was a question and answer session, so I thought, oh well, I'll go and watch that, and you know, there'll probably be some questions that I wished I'd asked. And the very first question to this gorgeous girl, of course, was something along the lines of, what would you say your dress style was? How would you describe your dress style? I was so amused at this, so I think I'll describe my dress style. It's terribly simple: a hippie and charity shop, and that covers the whole lot. But it's funny, these YouTube videos, because they're all, an awful lot of them are sort of surfing gorgeous nymphets from California. I mean, they must be, because they've got the sea right on their doorstep. And the girl I was watching today, and I did get some good tips from it, so I don't mind watching them. But the girl today, she was lovely. They've always got long blonde hair, and so she had her juice, and then her green smoothie, and then she got her surfboard, put her hair all on her head, and then went rushing into the sea. And her surfing was phenomenal. I thought, wow, this is really incredible. And then she came back and had a similar sort of lunch, and then she went out surfing again. And I thought, obviously she does this every day, no wonder she's so good at surfing. And if any of these gorgeous nymphets are watching, please don't be offended, and I'm not laughing at you. I would love to ever in my life have been described as a gorgeous nymphet, and even at my most svelte, I don't think gorgeous nymphet would have ever come up in the same sentence. So it was just, there are so many different people doing different things, and it's not really something I aspire to, but it is people that I watch a lot, these gorgeous sylphets. So I think I'm probably coming to an end now. Thank you for all your lovely comments. Some people have given me some great suggestions, which I will do. I will try filming in the open air outside at some point, but as I'm still on my drive, the terrace, you know, in little close in Norwich, I don't want all the neighbours to hear what I'm saying. And I should point out that the garage still hasn't been resolved. We still don't know what we're going to do. I would just like to pile all the boxes against it on the inside and just drive off, but Marta's not very happy with that. But hopefully we should be on the road within a few days, and that's it really. So thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you again soon. Bye bye.